Hi friends, welcome to Taming Python series. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use Waitress as a Flask server WSGI. WSGI means a web server gateway interface. I mean, why use Waitress and what is Waitress? Before trying to know what Waitress is, let's try to run a simple Python Flask server. This is a very simple Python Flask server. I'm importing the Flask class from the Flask module and I'm creating an application and I'm just running it at localhost 50 port. So let me try to run this, and if I run this, you'll see serving Flask application, and here it is telling this is a development server, do not use this in a production deployment. Use a production WSGI server instead. WSGI means web server gateway interface. So what happens in this app.run is that Flask will run the application in a local development server. So there is a server called workzook server, which is a default Flask server, and your application code will be run as this Flask default server. So what's the issue with this? The default Flask server is not meant for production deployment since it's a single threaded and not that much secure and stable server. So what is Waitress then? Waitress is meant to be a production quality pure Python WSGI server with very acceptable performance. That means you have to use Waitress instead of the default Flask server when you are going for production deployment. There are other options. You have gunicorn, but Waitress can be run both in Linux and Windows. So I'm using Waitress. So with this, let's see what Waitress is. Waitress is a WSGI server. It can run both on Windows and Linux, and Waitress supports multi-threading and submounting of applications on a URL prefix. That means you can run your application at /app/myapp, something like that. And number of parallel threads can also be easily configured. And generally, Waitress is used along with reverse proxies like Nginx or IIS for production deployments where the server is public facing. Alright, how to install Waitress? Waitress is just a Python package. So you just run pip install Waitress, that's all. So let's try to install Waitress now. So I'm going to open a command prompt now. And in my command prompt, I'm just going to write python -m pip install Waitress, that's all. And that's it, Waitress is installed. Since I've already got it installed, I'm getting requirement already satisfied, but in your case it may be something like installing Waitress and something like that. So now we have successfully installed Waitress. Alright, now that we installed Waitress, how to use it now? It's really simple. Instead of writing app.run, you just import the serve function from Waitress and write serve app, that's all. So the syntax is serve app is the application instance which we have created here, and we have to mention the host, port, and I'm mentioning threads equal to 1. That means my application will use only one thread. You can give threads equal to 10 or something like that. By default, threads is 4. That means your application can use 4 parallel threads. Alright, let's try to use Waitress now. So I'm going to open my editor and I'm going to write from Waitress import serve. So I got my serve function. So instead of writing app.run, just write serve, and here the first argument will be the application, which is the Flask application instance, and you're giving the host, port, and I can't give debug equal to true. And if I want, I can mention threads equal to 1 or 2 or whatever. Just to differentiate, I'm going to write hello world with Waitress, and I'm saving it, and let's try to run this now. And now the server is running, and if I go to my browser and write localhost 50, you can see hello world with Waitress. That means I am serving my app using the Waitress serve function. It is that simple to use Waitress. And if you see, now I'm not getting a warning like use some production grade WSGI because I'm using Waitress instead of the default Flask server. Alright, what if I'm comfortable with the default development server and I want to test it in that mode sometimes? So how can we do that? There is no baked in solution for that, but there is a very simple solution. You just create a variable called mode, and here I've given hard-coded mode as dev, but you can get this from your application configuration using JSON or environment variables or something like that. I've also made videos on that. You can check it out. I'll give it in the description. So you get the mode, and based upon the mode, you can run your application. Suppose if your mode is dev, you can run it using the default Flask server, or if your mode is not dev, that means it's production. So you have to run using the Waitress serve function. It's that simple. So you can seamlessly switch between your application hosting profiles just by specifying the mode. And this will be very useful while you're testing the application functionalities or debugging your application. So let's try to do that here. It's really simple. Just write mode equal to and some mode. You can get this mode from configuration files or environment variables or something like that. But for this example, I'm just hard coding the mode as dev. just a small variable which differentiates between the development mode and the production mode. And while running, I'm just gonna check if the mode is development or not. So if mode is equal to development, so I'm gonna write app.run, and I'm going to give the host and port, and I'm going to say debug equal to true because I want to debug my application in the development mode. And if it is not the development mode, I'm going to run this in the production mode. That means I'm going to use the Waitress, and I'm going to say serve this application. So since my mode is dev, let's try to run this. So now I'm getting my same old convenient Flask server, and once my work is done, I can change the mode, and when I run this server, I'm running in the production mode using Waitress. So this is a very simple productivity tip for switching between the Flask server and the Waitress server. Alright, now let's talk about submounting the application on a URL prefix. It's really simple to implement. Just give another input to the serve function called URL prefix. Always remember, start the URL prefix with a slash, and that's it. Now your application will be submounted to the URL prefix. So let's try to see it in action. So I'm going to mention another input called URL underscore prefix, and I'm going to say a prefix something like my app or whatever. So I got my URL prefix, and now my application should work even if I say localhost 50 slash my app. So let's try to check it. I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this, and now I'm going to write localhost 50 slash my app, and if I run this, you can see the application is still running instead of giving the 404 not found error, because my application is submounted at this my app. Just to prove it better, instead of serving this hello waitress from the root slash, I can serve it from the root hi. And if I save this and if I once again run the server, now when I go to the my app, I'm getting not found, but if I write my app slash hi, I'm getting hello world with Waitress. So I did not write my app here. I mentioned the URL prefix as my app. So all the roots will have my app as a URL prefix. This URL prefix is really important when you're running your application behind a reverse proxy like Nginx or iOS, because you can mount multiple applications each with different URL prefix behind a single reverse proxy. That means I can have one application running with a prefix app1 and another application running with a prefix app2, and all these applications can be kept behind a single reverse proxy so that they can be securely served to the external clients. So that's how you can use URL prefix to submount your Flask application in Waitress. So that's it, guys. This is about using Waitress as a WSGI server with Flask. You can see I've created a blog post on using Waitress as a Flask server WSGI. You can see I've created a blog post on using Waitress as a Flask server WSGI. I have given you the notes, and also I have given you the example source code so that you can copy paste and practice it in your own computer. So be sure to check out the link of this blog post in the description of this video. I've also given you references to the official documentation of Waitress and Flask so that you can do further reading. Please ask questions or leave your valuable feedback in the comment section. Hope you like this video, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.